Slovenia isn't really a famous country. People may have heard about Slovenian skiers or possibly Slovenian food. But if there's one place that people have heard about in Slovenia, it's Lake Bled. Bled is one of the most popular and most beautiful places in Slovenia, and it's been a popular tourist spot for hundreds of years. People have lived here since the Stone Age, and although there have been some Celtic and Roman findings, it's mostly been a Slavic area since the Middle Ages. By the way, Bled is the name of the town by the lake shore, and it's also the name of the lake itself, and I think it's also the name of that island in middle of the lake. So when I say Bled, you simply have to guess which one I'm referring to. Something you often hear is that Bled is the only island in Slovenia, but it isn't really true. There's an offshore island somewhere in Lucia and also a couple of river islands as well. And it's technically not the only lake island either. In the Cross Cave there's an island in the middle of an underground lake. So it might not be the only island in Slovenia, but I think it's the prettiest. A drone would be nice to have right now. I'm just a little bit jealous. Something you have to do when you visit Bled is to go out on a boat in Bled, so you can visit Bled. That is, you have to take a boat out on Lake Bled, so you can visit Bled Island. I'm gonna rent a rowboat and see if I can get across without sinking or dropping my backpack in the lake or dying of exhaustion. The prices are just a little bit exorbitant, but yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. This sounds fun. The rowing championships have been held many times here in Bled, latest in 2011. I don't think I'd win any prizes. Lake Bled is a glacial lake formed with a mix of tectonic and glacial activity. And it's really a gorgeous place. The water here is just so beautiful, such a unique color. If you don't want to row all the way to the island, you can also take a pletna. They are traditional Slovenian boats, a little bit like an Italian gondola that take 20 passengers. But personally, I think that's cheating. When you arrive on Bled Island, you'll see a lot of steps leading up to the church. During weddings, it's a tradition that the groom carries the bride all the way up these steps to the church. I could make jokes about women's weights right now, but I'm not gonna throw stones in glass houses. Visiting the island is free, and you can explore a cafe and a small store here, but the main attraction of the island is the church. The name of the church is the Church of the Mother of God on the Lake. And I have to say that that's a pretty awesome name, actually. The first church on the island was built in 1142, but it's been rebuilt many times since then. The current church is from the 17th century though, so it's still quite old. There's a wishing bell at the church, or a bell of desire as it's sometimes called. Some say that if you ring the bell 3 times and make a wish, your wish will come true. Others say that it's a wedding tradition instead, and that newlyweds should ring the bell to get luck and ensure that their marriage will last forever. Either way, I need to give this a shot. I wish for some cake later on. Now we'll see if my wish comes true. There's also a bell tower you can climb for a great view. And of course we need to do that as well. Oh, look, a pendulum. Pendulums, how do they work? No one knows. Bled Island is quite gorgeous, and it's a great way to spend an hour or two or more if you just want to relax. What else can you do around Bled? Well, a lot actually. There's canyoning and a lot of day trips you can go on, or you can ride a toboggan down a mountain. Straja Bled is a ski slope during winters, but in summers you can take a sled down the hill instead. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But I don't think I can film during it, so you'll have to take my word for it. If you want to hike around Lake Bled, it's quite doable. It's just around 6 kilometers long. But I don't intend to walk all the way around it right now. I have another destination in mind. In the southwest area of the lake, close to the camping site, there's a hiking trail that will take you to 3 different viewpoints. Depending on where you start, you want to aim for the Ostrika or the Mala Osošnika viewpoint. There's also the Velika Osošnika viewpoint, but that one lies a little bit off from the main trail. According to a website I found, it will take between 40 minutes and 1 hour 20 minutes to hike the trail, depending if you want to see one viewpoint or all 3. I'll settle for just the Mala Osošnika viewpoint myself. Oh look, wild raspberries. Or well, very dried out raspberries. The hike up is really nice, and it's actually in the shade a lot of the time. And the view when you reach the top is a spectacular reward. Oh no, I'm a moron. Do you remember when I talked about the groom carrying the bride all the way up the steps to the church? Well, I stood at the wrong set of stairs. Do you see those stairs on the island? Those are the front set of stairs that the groom should use when carrying the bride. The history of Bled Castle dates back to the year 1004, when Emperor Henry II of the Holy Roman Empire gave the estate of Bled to Bishop Albuin of Brixen. The first castle was built here in the year 1011, but more towers and expansions were added in the Middle Ages. The castle was damaged in an earthquake in 1511, but it was quickly rebuilt in the same style. So the current look and feel dates back hundreds of years, and this is actually the oldest castle in Slovenia. There's a legend about Bled Castle, but to be honest, it's a bit weird. The administrator of the castle was a cruel man who disappeared without a trace, and all the villagers around, they were like, "What? No, we haven't seen him." His wife took all the gold they had taken in taxes and had a bell cast for the chapel on the island. But when they transported the bell to the island, it sank during a storm. These days, you can apparently still hear the bell toll underwater, and the Pope had a new bell sent to the island because the wife was so devastated. I don't know if that story is supposed to have a moral or if it's a ghost story about a bell. It's just a weird legend in general. After all of those activities, I feel like relaxing a bit, and I also feel a bit peckish. I wonder if there's anything to eat in Bled. It just so happens that a specialty of the region is Bled cream cake, Bleška kremsnita. Would you look at this? My wish did come true. I got some cake after all. Oh, look, and it's all wobbly. The cake is made with strict guidance from the lucky number 7. The puff pastry is folded 7 times, the custard is cooked for 7 minutes, and it's cut into 7 by 7 centimeters big pieces. This seems like a perfect way to end my quick look at Bled, quite possibly the most beautiful place in Slovenia. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day. Now, time for cake! Cake, cake, cake!